Addressing journalists in Akure, the Ondo State capital, Olugbemiga Araonyinbo described the Delegates Congress and primary election to fill the vacant National Assembly seat for the Akoko Northeast Northwest Federal Constituency as militarized and unacceptable. Araonyinbo, who alleged that the election process was monopolized by some hierarchies in the party, stated the failure of the party officials to make delegates lists available 48 hours before the primary election.
Delegates Congress and primary elections organized by the All Progressive Congress APC to fill the vacant Akoko Northwest seat in the House of Representatives was not but a charade, and the outcome remains unacceptable. This is the position we maintained during the exercise that was militarized. One will wonder what were the roles of immigration officers and prison warders in a delegate congress and primary election to choose a party candidate in just one federal constituency out of the over 300 constituencies in the state. Obviously, that was the scenario at the Victory College venue of the election, where the numbers of police, civil defense, immigration and prison officers outnumbers the entire delegates, candidates, observers and the press.
While speaking on his unlawful arrest by security agents, Araonyinbo lamented the prevailing hindrance to the enforcement of his constitutional rights after discovering the election was being manipulated.
Part of those absurdity includes the failure to conduct and make delegate lists available 48 hours before the primaries, fillings of delegate forms at the venue, and above all, the compromise of the police to arrest and detain me for them to have a free hand to subvert democratic norms. The party officials saddled with the responsibility, saddled with the conduct of the primaries, were helpless and helpless.
Revealing his resolve to seek redress in court, Araonyinbo urged his supporters to remain calm.
We have explored every of our party's conflict resolution structures, coupled with the interface with the national chairman of the party, His Excellency Alhaji Umaru Ganduje, during the process. But the party chose and has submitted a particular name of candidate to INEC, despite evidences of malpractices and disregard to party guidelines. At this junction, I am fulfilled to say that I am seeking redress in law court as the hope of common man. This stance is in no way to sabotage the chances of our party, APC, in the February 6th by-election, but to ensure the growth of party democracy beyond primitive and anti-democratic behaviors.
The election committee had declared Ifeoluwa Ehindero as the candidate to represent APC in the February 3rd by-election, having polled 105 out of the 106 votes, leaving one vote for the remaining 8 aspirants. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
The Federal Capital Territory High Court has granted the request of the former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Nigeria is seeking $1.5 billion aid from the World Bank from presenting the 2024 budget afresh to the State House of Assembly. The governor had in December presented an 800 billion naira 2024 budget to a faction of the Assembly comprising 4 lawmakers. Following the passage of the budget by the lawmakers, Fubara subsequently signed the budget into law. The Rivers Assembly became factionalized following a move by 27 lawmakers loyal to ex-governors Nyesom Wike to impeach Fubara. The crisis saw the destruction of the Assembly complex with an explosive on the night of October 29. President Bola Tinubu, however, waded into the matter and summoned the parties to a meeting in Abuja on December 18, where they signed an 8-point resolution to settle the political crisis. We're due to take a break on the news tonight, but after the break, you get a story on how the Super Eagles win their first game at the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations. We'll give you the details of that and more stories after now.
Hey, this kilo, how la difference en won? Farabalẹ̀. 1,000. We go once play tire o. Farabalẹ̀ now.
Madam, hello lówó wa.
Brother, na 3,005.
Màá fún yín ní owó pé káàdì Glo ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún 10,000.
Oh yeah.
Bring your phone.
Ha! 10,000.
1,000 naira credit. Now you turn to 10,000.
No. All of us don't know about Glo Berekete. Ní ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá nísìnyí.
Ṣé o ti gbọ́? Ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá ló máa gbà lórí iyekíye tó o bá rà sórí ohun ìpè Glo Berekete 10 times rẹ.
I told you. Na wa go tell.
Thank you for joining us on the news tonight. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV and on YouTube. Some more stories now. Prince Idris Ayodele Femi has been selected as Bureau-elect of Ekumi Akoko in Akoko Southeast local government area of Ondo State. Prince Idris Ayodele Femi from Ajiwo family in Igede Ode ruling house secured the unanimous votes of all the town's kingmakers to defeat 10 other candidates contesting for the Bureau stool in Ekumi Akoko, which became vacant after the demise of Olajert Ade Oyekon in 2021. The selection process held at the Ekumi Akoko Town Hall was witnessed by officials of the local government and security agencies in line with the chieftaincy declaration law.
Oba Ade Oyekon, the 15th Bidi of Ekumi Akoko in Akoko Southeast local government area of Ondo State, joined his ancestors in December 2021, resulting in the vacancy of this stool. In line with stipulated laws, the selection process for the emergence of a new the north of the Ondo State government. After conclusion of the nomination of candidates, the kingmakers converged on Ekumi Akoko Town Hall for the selection proper. The exercise also had in attendance officials from the Akoko Southeast local government led by the head of local government administration, Mr. Jacob Omoriwo, the divisional police officer, and operatives of other security agencies.
The whole process started with a letter from the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. So, and we invited the ruling house, and we informed them, and we gave them, we read the chieftaincy declaration to them,
The head of the Kingmakers, Adebayo Joseph, explained that the Kingmakers have resolved to put communal benefits above personal interest in the selection of a new monarch. Contesting for the position are 11 individuals. After all formalities and declaration of guidelines, the 10 Kingmakers took turns to cast their votes, appending their signature and thumbprints on the ballot papers. Following the conclusion of voting process, sorting and counting was done.
Candidates to the from Idris Ayodele Femi.
At the end of all, Prince Idris Ayodele Femi was announced winner and Biri-elect, securing all the 10 votes of the 10 Kingmakers to defeat other 10 contestants.
Idris Ayodele Femi,
The Kingmakers, who expressed delight over the outcome, shared optimism that the Ondo State government will certify their selection quickly to fill the vacant stool.
The
head of local government administration commended the Kingmakers and the community at large for a rancor-free process. The result is expected to be forwarded to the Ondo State government for further action. The Biri-elect, Prince Idris Ayodele Femi, is from the Ajiwo family, Gedeode ruling house. He is a graduate of University of Lagos and a consummate professional in business administration. Sahid Aribisala, OSLC News.
Members of the academia and eminent citizens have continued to eulogize the former Deputy Registrar of Federal University of Technology, Accra, held the second memorial lecture in honor of the deceased in Accra. Osrc correspondent Jimoh Ibiemi covered the events presented from our studio.
It is exactly 3 years that former Deputy Registrar, Student Affairs of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Dr. Amos Adejesunyo, was murdered in his vehicle along Ife-Akure Road by gunmen. In his memory, the deceased children and associates organized a lecture, the second in a series, with the theme Counseling and the Challenges of 21st Century Nigerian Youth. The chairman on the occasion and Vice Chancellor, Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Adenike Oladiji, who was represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Taiwo Amos, appreciated the children of the deceased and members of the foundation for keeping his memory alive. The Vice Chancellor urged them not to relent effort, as it is the only way their late father's legacies could be remembered.
We have shown the community, Futa community in particular, that he keyed into the value that the late Dr. Adejesunyo placed on education and the growth and development of our youth, the leaders of tomorrow.
The guest lecturer, Professor Olamumi Ajidahun, took the participants on the topic Emerging Issues and Trends among Nigerian students, counseling implications.
The core aspect of the lecture is that different generations have different characteristics, and this present generation will require wisdom and love and the ability to really take care of them. Parents must have the skills because they are special species. And the reason is because of the technological advancement. They were born with it, they grew with it, and they are still continuing with it. So we can't compare them to the past generation who were not exposed to technological gadgets.
The memorial lecture featured presentation of scholarship awards to no fewer than 9 students in various schools. Some of the beneficiaries said the gesture would go a long way in supporting the students' academic pursuits.
I feel so blessed because among the 19,000 estimated Futarians, I was selected, and it is actually a privilege. I do not take it for granted, and I pray that God blesses them the more.
So happy, very, very happy, because nowadays I've been thinking about how to pay for my school fees because they just raised the school fee. I don't know where to go to because I don't have a father. So I've been crying, I've been praying unto God. So at this privilege, I'm so happy for this great opportunity.
The chairman of the foundation and first son of the deceased, Biodun Arijesunyo, explains the essence of the foundation.
We lost him, and we thought that rather than cry and mourn in other ways that people would normally do, let it be that our way of showing our love to him should be to identify some of his legacy, some of the things he would normally love to do if he were to be alive and continue. And that's just what informs the setting up the foundation, just so we can sustain his legacies.
According to members of the foundation, they will ensure that the gesture touches lives of citizens in society, in line with the ideas of the departed Don.
Sports news now. Going into the final day of action at the Basic Education School Sports for public primary schools in Nigeria's Southwest, Ondo State have won 4 more gold to shoot to the top of the medals table in Ado-Ekiti with 5 gold. Ondo opened the floodgates of medals with 2 gold in high jump as the boys champion Samuel Owadoko and the female counterpart Abiodun Ayofe recorded remarkable heights. Hassan Ibrahim consolidated on the gold medal haul, emerging the winner in chess. It was a rapturous moment at Ekiti State Subec Hall where Team Ondo grabbed another gold medal thanks to joyful news of Temuyuwa's heroics in boys table tennis after dispatching his Ekiti rival in 3 sets. The competition will be rounded up today with the boys circle final between Osun and Ekiti, where winners will be decided in the 4x100 meters relays for both genders. An update from the Africa Cup of Nations, the Super Eagles Captain Willem Struss-Ekons converted a 55th minute penalty after striker Victor Osimhen was fouled to put Nigeria in front. Despite being an end-to-end encounter, the Super Eagles held on to the 1 goal to clinch all 3 points. The Nigerian national team had played a 1-0 draw against Equatorial Guinea in the first game of the tournament. To end the news tonight, we'll have a look at the top stories. The Ondo State government has said plans are on to find a lasting solution and sustainable one to the incessant ocean surge in Ayotoro community. The state government took the decision at the Executive Council meeting in Akure. And with that, we've come to the end of the news tonight. Thanks for watching. Good evening.